Microscopic Milton is very small indeed. He lives in a clock on the mantelpiece in the parlour of a house that belongs to a lady named Mrs. Witherspoon. No one knows he's there, apart from Milton's friend Douglas, who spends most of his time asleep in front of the fire, and of course, you. Microscopic Milton was about to eat his dinner when he noticed there was something very odd about the bean on his plate. It was a very peculiar shape and had strange markings on it. I've never seen one like that before, he thought, and went out onto the mantelpiece to show Douglas. You know, I think this is likely to be a magic bean, said Milton. We'd better plant it straight away. So he and Douglas went out into the garden. It will need plenty of space, explained Milton, as it will probably grow into a huge beanstalk with treasure and a giant at the top. Douglas was not totally convinced, but they found an empty patch of garden and dug a hole. Milton dropped the bean into the hole and they covered it with soil. Now, all we need to do is wait, said Milton. And that's exactly what they did. This is taking longer than I thought, said Milton. We'll come back in the morning, he continued. It's bound to have grown by then. Milton and Douglas weren't the only ones to be busy in the garden. Mrs. Witherspoon had been promising herself a lovely pear tree for ages, and before Milton and Douglas were awake, she'd already planted it. When Milton and Douglas woke up, they hurried out into the garden to see if the magic beanstalk had grown. They couldn't believe their eyes. Wow, Douglas, look! Exclaimed Milton. The magic beanstalk, it's grown! Douglas couldn't help thinking that it looked remarkably like a pear tree. The treasure will be at the very top, announced Milton. I must climb up, do battle with the giant and bring the treasure back, he said bravely. He picked up a twig and began to climb. You wait here, Douglas. It could be dangerous. Douglas didn't argue. Milton climbed higher and higher until he reached the very top. Wow, treasure! Exclaimed Milton. But just as he expected, it was guarded by a huge, hairy giant. Milton bravely fended off the giant with his twig before grabbing the treasure and sliding back down the beanstalk. What an adventure, said Milton when he was safely back on the ground. Giants can be very fierce indeed. Still, I've got the treasure. I wonder what he's going to spend it all on, thought Douglas.